Alphonso Davies out. Heart inflammation following a bout of COVID-19. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang out. Heart lesions following a bout of COVID-19. What in the world is going on? When will these players be back and how can we get them back? You know I'm the guy that will give you the medical take on sporting topics. Going to explain it all crystal clear. In return, smash the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell.
Bing bang.
Let's go. So why do we even care about this situation, right? Myocarditis is inflammation of the heart muscle, and put simply, it can kill athletes. It is one of the leading causes of sudden cardiac death in athletes and in young people. If you perform physical activity whilst your heart muscle is inflamed, you can trigger a fatal arrhythmia. So your heartbeat can turn into an irregular heartbeat in which the pump function of the heart fails to work. You don't get blood around the body, you collapse, and GG, it's done. So we take this very, very seriously. In terms of how we got to this point, myocarditis is a known complication of a COVID-19 infection. So in athletes who've had a symptomatic COVID-19 infection throughout different sports, throughout different leagues, as part of their return to play, they need heart tests. These heart tests include, but are not limited to, blood tests, an ECG, which tracks the electrical activity running through your heart, and an echocardiogram, which is like an ultrasound looking directly at the heart, seeing how it's working, seeing what it looks like, okay? In the case of Alphonso Davies and Aubameyang, they have both had scans, ultrasound scans, which have shown evidence of myocarditis, right? Actually, in the case of Aubameyang, they've just said heart lesion, so we do not know the diagnosis yet. But Alphonso Davies is confirmed myocarditis. And as a result of that, Alphonso Davies has been ruled out for the foreseeable future, okay? In terms of what happens next, if it hasn't happened already, both of these players will be having a cardiac MRI. So an MRI scan that looks at the heart. It's a really detailed scan and it gives us the best imaging information whether this person has myocarditis or not, okay? So that's probably the next steps. If myocarditis is confirmed, I know what you guys want to know. How do they get back? And it's a long road back. It is a long road back. As I said, the main problem in this condition is inflammation. As a result of that, the core bit for them to return to play in football is that the inflammation must have gone. All return to play stuff is basically proving that the inflammation has gone and is not affecting the function of the heart, okay? So the first thing they will need to do is rest, okay? If you continue to do activity while your heart is inflamed, you worsen the heart inflammation and obviously, as I said, the other complications. So there needs to be a rest period. In terms of how long that is, the guidelines say 3 months, so 3 months rest from strenuous activity. I will come back to that timing though, okay? But 3 months rest at least, let's say. Once you've done the rest, then you need to start proving yourself, okay? You need to have a normal heart rhythm as proven through an ECG, both at rest and during activity. So that needs to be normal. Check, okay? Heart rhythm. You need your blood test to be normal. So your blood tests need to show no level of inflammation throughout the body and no level of damage to the heart, okay? So your blood tests need to be check again, okay? And then we look at heart function and inflammation, and that's where the scans come in, okay? So we'll probably do repeat echocardiogram, as I said, looking at the function of the heart, looking at the way it pumps, looking how blood's flowing through the heart, and that has to be normal or at the player's baseline, what it was before, okay? But also likely they'll be repeating the cardiac MRI, which, as I said, was the best imaging to see inflammation and scarring within the heart, okay? So they'll be repeating that at regular intervals to see if the inflammation has subsided. And this is what I was saying regarding rest time. The guideline is 3 months, but what we do know is in elite sport and in football, they have the resources to do these tests more frequently. So I don't know if there's a way that they can have a MRI maybe at 1 month, at 2 months, and if the inflammation is completely gone, they might start to build up. I don't know, but the guideline is 3 months rest as it stands. Then on top of that, they're going to have to build themselves up. So they'll probably have exercise testing, which is specific to their sport, really high intensity exercise testing, something called CPET, which I won't go into the details of now, and then build themselves up physically to play football again and not have symptoms as that process goes on. So the comeback might be a 3 month, 4 month, 6 months return, depending on the diagnosis. So not an easy way back. Regardless, interesting cases, ask me questions. I don't mind. Jump in the Discord as well. And I will see you on the next video. Peace.